how to create a tangled backdrop design in Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop CC220, but you can do the same 219, 218, etc. Create something like that. Go to a completely fresh document. This one's 1600 by 1600. And then go over to the circle tool or ellipse and use shape. And I'm using a basic gradient. So just go for the gradient. Now, if you're using earlier versions, 219, etc., the panel will be different. And now just draw a very basic ellipse. Maybe create it quite thin there. Maybe expand it out a bit, widen it a bit. It's up to you. But I prefer a wider design. Just resize that bit now. Of course, you could just recreate the ellipse. It would be just as easy. Now, I like to turn things into smart objects, generally all the way through. I'm certain some people will turn around and say that's too resource heavy, but I like to do that. So I can go back to things and change them at a later point. So layer menu, smart objects, and convert to smart object. And then layer menu, and I'm just going to add a very basic layer style. Now you could go to the styles panel, add a whole range of different styles. I'm going to have a bevel. You can obviously vary it depending on various contours, etc. Up to you. But I want some depth to it. And also you can add drop shadow as well. Or maybe add some satin, color overlay, up to you. I've got a drop shadow there. Click OK. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert that to a smart object. Again, you don't have to do that. I just like to do that because I like to come back to them and edit them at later points. What I then do, go to filter menu and then go down to Liquify. Now I'm using the bloat brush there. Didn't mean to do that. I can change that. Just go over to there. Top one. Select that. And set the size to about 500 or so. And then just drag, distort the design all kinds of ways to really create very thin. And you can put it backwards and forwards all over the place. And of course, this will result in a completely, and you could create, say, 15 or 20 of these designs. So maybe create whole different designs and use them as different fills. Up to you. I'm just going to use the same one. I'm just going to drag and create this one. You can distort it in all kinds of ways. And once you've done that, you can, of course, go to the other tools, such as the bloat, and modify it again. And of course, what you can do with smart objects, you can always remove it or just cancel at this point. You don't have to keep the design if you think, oh, don't like that. And you can see the thing just really lovely and distorted now, a really lovely tangle. Again, say, go to some of the other tools there. There's twirl, there's bloat. Just use those as well. Once you've done it, just go and click OK. And you've got your lovely distorted design. And you can remove that. Go to the layers panel, remove the Liquify. Now, I would probably go and create another smart object from that. I'm not going to go that far because I'm just going to create a pattern now. So window menu and layers. And I'm going to remove the background. So just go to the bottom layer and remove it. Got transparency now. Just going to go to edit and define pattern. And as it fills most of the screen, most of that document, you might as well just define the whole thing. Click OK. So the result will not be exactly like that. It'll be close, but obviously I've distorted it in different ways. So create a new layer if you wish. I like to create things on new layers so I can always delete them. And you can always create multiple layers with multiple fills. So edit menu and fill. Select the pattern you just created. Contents, pattern, script is on, and I'm using random fill. Click OK. Random fill will fill the entire design, or most of it, with that pattern. Set the density fairly high, and for the initial pass, I would suggest push the minimum and maximum fairly high, so you really fill most of the background. Set rotate on, and color randomization set fairly high. Click OK. Preview will not match the end result. And you can apply that a couple of times. You can see the result does not match what the preview showed. You can go again to the edit and fill. And move the layers panel and history, don't need those anymore. Edit and fill. Click OK. Use exactly the same pattern, or if you've created multiple liquefied designs, you could select different ones, apply those different times, and just process that, run that, and you see it fills most of the screen now. But I want smaller designs than that now. So I'm going to run it again, edit and fill. Keep all the settings exactly the same as before. Again, you could vary it if you've got different pattern. That. Now I'm going to reduce the sizes down a bit. So I'll create some smaller designs. Just reduce it down. And that, click OK. You can see slightly smaller now, but you've still got the ones at the back. They're still there, haven't been removed. Edit and fill again. Repeat. And you could reduce the sizes again, down again. Don't have to go with the same settings, just reduce them down. Max and min. Click OK. And then you'll see, again, smaller designs there. And you can repeat that numerous times. Don't have to repeat it 5, 10, maybe a couple of times. And it will fill the entire document with that tangle. So that's it. You could finish at this point. What you can also do, of course, you can go to Layer menu and New Layer and add it to a layer. So you can then run the fill again, Edit menu and Fill. Click OK. Quite a few OKs in this. Keep it the same. Click OK. Again. Photoshop and OK. So what you can do, Layer menu and Layer Style and Bevel and Emboss. So you can go there or drop shadow, whatever. And then you can see you can add some depth to design. And you can vary the settings. You've got contour settings, so you could run through those and see different designs appearing there, or change the angle as well. You can vary those settings there. Of course, you could also apply styles as well. You go to the styles panel and apply that. And drop shadow. Drop shadow, however, will make that design pretty dark. Already had some shadow in it. So I'm not going to have a shadow. Click OK. Now I could do that 3 or 4 times, maybe create 3 or 4 layers with different styles. Now I'm just going to go to Navigator because I want to just transform the design. So Window and brushes come up as well. Navigator. Get rid of that. You can see the design there. Now it's a layer, so you can resize it. Now you will have a sharp edge. And what you can do, you can Alt or Option and drag, create multiple copies of that design. And of course, you will see that sharp edge in the design there. It's not perfect, but it creates a lot of, and of course, you can always resize it. You can also rotate those as well. Or maybe apply transformations, such as distort or warps. So you can rotate it. Now you'll see those little cuts in the design, which is not great. So I'm just going to Layer menu and Flatten Image. So if you want to remove those or make those less obvious, what you can do, you can apply filters. Oil paint is a great one. And also you can just go and apply another edit menu and fill on top of that. So it covers up some of the slightly ugly straight lines in there. So you've got a really quite tangled design there now. Now, if you're creating this on layers, you could, of course, layer menu and flatten. You can also go to filter menu, stylize and oil paint and just blur the whole thing. Or maybe use Liquify as well. There's another possibility to distort it a bit more. And you can apply oil paint 2 or 3 times, or again, go and choose Liquify, or maybe one of the other filters as well. I always find after doing Liquify, I like to boost up the colours. Always seems to be a bit duller so I go to Image menu and Adjustments. Maybe use levels. Just change the input levels a bit, just to boost it up a bit. And maybe then go to Vibrance. But you can, of course, what you can also do, you can go to Image menu, Adjustments, Black and White. Turn it into a black and white design. Or maybe go to Image menu, Adjustments, and Color Lookup. And use Color Lookup to add some really nice colour to the design. I'm just boosting the vibrance and saturation. Click OK. And you can apply that multiple times if you wish. So you've got your lovely Tangled design there. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Please subscribe to the Graphic Extras channel, always adding new tutorials about Photoshop, Illustrator and many others. Please add some comments, always appreciated. A dislike or like. Thank you much.